Welcome back to Worldview. Now, our next guest was on the program 2 weeks ago talking about the effects of fracking here in the UK. And she participated in a peaceful protest last Friday in Balcombe, a village in West Sussex, the next site of fracking here in the United Kingdom. She was joined by 16 others who locked arms in peaceful protest before militarized police moved in and used expert pressure point tactics to cause massive pain and collapse of muscles before hauling everyone off to jail under Section 241 of the Trade Union Act. She was bailed and now has to appear at Crawley Magistrates Court on the 14th of August. Frances Jenkins is an anti-fracking campaigner here in Wales who came to understand this procedure, as many of us did, by learning of an application to drill in a local farmer's field and conducting research on the topic. Now, she's not spoken to anyone else in the media about her experiences last week, so we're thrilled to have an exclusive here. Frances Jenkins, welcome back to Worldview.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Now, let's first explain why Balcom down in West Sussex is so important.
Well, because it's the next place that they're bringing a rig in, so you've got to pay attention to the place where they're actually starting. Obviously, once they get one well in, that's it then. So if they find it, you will start seeing them popping up everywhere. And that's not what people want, essentially, because of the damage it does to the environment and to people's health. So it's very important that we defend it. But the problem is, not many people knew about it before, and there's been a lot of very positive pro-shale gas media recently, and I'm glad that we've got the chance to publicise anti-shale media in the same way, because if you scratch the surface by looking on the internet, you will find real videos of major environmental damage in countries like America, Australia and Canada. So I'm glad that we've done it, and although I am concerned about the consequences, I'm glad that we did it, and it's been positive.
So walk me through the protest. How long were you there before that massive police presence actually showed up?
We were there probably about 20 hours. We stayed overnight. We didn't actually camp next to the road because it was a busy A road. It was quite dangerous actually the first night because there was traffic travelling through the middle of the camp at 60 miles an hour. But by the second day, the police closed the road, so it was a bit safer then for everybody in the morning. And it was very jovial atmosphere, as you will see on the photographs that I publish on the Battle of Balcom.co.uk. It was a very nice atmosphere. We were chatting with the police, we were all playing instruments, and there were children there doing arts and crafts. It was lovely. And then a man came in to do a sort of like rousing lecture, and everybody stood around him, and he was basically giving us this wonderful rhetoric, and all of a sudden lots of police came in, I mean we're talking approximately 50, and then as it was going on, and then another battalion came in, and it was very, very scary actually, intimidating. But we took the action that we did, and 16 of us were arrested in various situations.
Now, there's a rather iconic image on the web of a young man sitting with arms locked, being applied a near stranglehold and pressure to basically his brainstem. Explain the tactics that were used and why.
Well, I was very shocked when that happened. And I think all the journalists that watched it were very shocked as well. They weren't expecting that. The man, I don't even know his name. I don't know many of the people that were arrested at all. I've never met them before. I don't know his actual name. He screamed out in pain, and the revulsion that went round, even the police looked upset. And I personally think that the officer that did that needs to be questioned about his actions formally. The treatment that I received as I was being arrested was not the same. I was not, manhandled in any way at all. They even gave me 6 or 7 chances to give up voluntarily, but in the end, I said, no, you've got to treat me the same way as everybody else. And they just grabbed me and they walked me to a ban, basically. They left me till last.
We're talking with Frances Jenkins of Frack-Free-Wales.org.uk on Worldview with Dennis Campbell. Now, Frances, you say you were in a cell and you're going to have to appear in about 3 weeks' time in Crawley Court, Magistrates Court. Now, some jurisdictions have used terrorism laws to stop protest. What is it you will be charged with, and what is the possible outcome for you personally?
We've been charged under Section 241 of the Trade Union Act. It's quite a complex wording, so I'd have to get the charge sheet to let you know what that is, actually. But basically, it pertains to stopping somebody from doing their lawful business. Now, I think I was also arrested again whilst at the police station for causing an obstruction, and I'm going to plead not guilty to that.
But what's the maximum penalty for these particular offences?
6 months in prison and a £2,500 fine.
Wow. Well.
Yeah, but I've been advised that that is unlikely. I hope not, because that would ruin my life essentially, and it wouldn't ruin forever, but you know, it would be, I think, very disproportionate if they were to do that, and I think that there would be widespread revulsion at that, and if they, you know, I am concerned they may make an example of this, but I've been told that generally we're looking at a fine and maybe some community service, which I'm happy to do because, you know, I don't mind serving my community.
Now, how has this raised the profile of your group, Frack-Free Wales, and what's the next step here for you?
Well, in terms of recruitment to Frack-Free Wales, I've left it basically entirely voluntary. I haven't been adding people at will. I have done for a few people, but our membership was quite small. Normally about 2 or 3 people would ask to join a week, but in a 24-hour period, we added 40 people to the group. So that is a big up step in terms of membership. So as far as I'm concerned, it's been a worthwhile exercise.
Well, you know, we wish you the best of luck, and please do keep us informed as this moves forward. I want to thank you for joining us exclusively here on Worldview.
No, thank you very much, Dennis, and thank you for giving me this platform to talk to you. Brilliant.
We've been speaking with Wales fractivist Frances Jenkins. She's the founder of the website frackfreewales.org.uk, and you can join their Facebook page, Frack-Free Wales, where daily dozens of posts exposing the latest abuses by this industry are there for all to see. Now, coming up next on the program, we're going to talk to Andy Chiba. He's the Green Party candidate for the European Parliament. You're watching Worldview with Dennis Campbell. Stay right here.
What makes you think they're going to be in favour of earthquakes under their homes?
Well, they're not going to have earthquakes under their homes.
Well, that's exactly how you get the gas out.
Well, they're not going to be earthquakes. Earthquakes aren't going to be allowed.